repaired the back panel by the gas cap that was coming off and literally about to rip my bumper off as well. It looks classy. Because of course they didn't have gray glue to match my car.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, you know?
Chunks of yellow. And I'm like... Well, because I knew they would have to replace the whole flipping panel, and that would be more, and I'm like, no.
Oh, crap, what did I do here? I don't want this. Ah!
Bought that car with cash. That car is paid for. I can do with it whatever I want.
Exactly.
I just want to get back to the view of the call with everybody in the right place again. I cut us all out, and then now I'm screwing it up. So that... We're live, by the way. On
Okay. Hey, everybody.
Oh, here. Grid. Grid.
Hello.
That's what I need. Grid. Oh, and Grid did something. Now OBS is being weird. Stop being weird.
Why are you doing this?
Like, I just set you up. Why are you being weird? Bloop. Bloop.
I don't know.
I have felt like really, good, though. I swear, with all the tech troubles every show I watch lately has been having, I'm like, see, we're good. Some of these people have been doing this twice as long and are having some of the same issues.
So. Jesus, Cat, that hurts.
I saw that. Bounded right on you.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been terrible except she was like, "Oh, I'm off balance," and dug her claws in. Like, sweetheart, don't do that. Owie.
Yeah, I don't. So you know how I was talking about how with the VR headset it takes like about, not always, but sometimes it can take about 30 minutes for it to boot up and start the freaking game that you want to play. Yeah, so I did that today because I'm like, oh, it's 6 o'clock. I can get a workout in before the Geek Girls. This will be great. This is what happens when you are home and you don't have to worry about work time because you're off. Yay! So I started. 15 minutes. The controllers aren't there. Okay. Restart it. Another 15-minute reboot. Controllers still aren't there. I'm like, what the frick? I like go into settings. I'm poking around. As soon as I open the settings menu, it suddenly like pings it. So they're like, "Oh, we're here. We're here." Okay, you're here. Fine. Let us start the Beat Sabering. So I may smash some boxes. I load up Beat Saber. It loads up, and the screen is pretty down low. Usually it's about eye level, and this is about waist level. I'm like, okay. So let's go into settings and let's see, like maybe it's not detecting my height since it had issues earlier. It's like, nope, I am detecting your height. I'm like, okay, what if I turn this off? Will you let me set my height? No, you can't set your height, but I will determine that you are 2.7 meters tall. I'm like, that seems incorrect. So I click it again. It's like, you're 1.4 meters tall. And I'm like, that still seems incorrect. But so I go back and forth, and it's just decided that it's settling on me being 2.6 meters tall. And I'm like, fine. I'll swing high for everything. That's fine. I'm not worried. I turn on the game. I pull up a song. All the boxes are like waist height or lower. So I'm like, okay, all right, we're doing low. It's fine. There's 3 heights when you're doing swords. I can do this. And then the wall comes. The wall that you're supposed to duck under.
And you're like, nope.
I knew it. I'm proud of myself. I made that squat. But literally, it is a full squat where my butt is almost on the ground. And I'm like, oh God, I can get up. Knees. I'm like, maybe it's just this song. Maybe the other song. No, it was every freaking song.
Oh, weird.
I'm like, what? I don't know.
Alrighty.
Tech gremlins.
Yep.
Like, get in all our stuff. I swear. All right.
We need merch that says technical issues are a love language. I promise.
Right? Okay, well, we're good to go.
Ready.
Ready? Okay.
We got perspective, we got the cool, we got the muscle, and you know we effing rule. We are the Geek Grills, we are the Geek Grills, alright. We got the know-how, we got control, we got the knowledge, and we tell you how it rolls. We are the Geek Grills, we are the Geek Grills, alright. We are the Geek Grills, we are the Geek Grills, tonight. Hell yeah.
Hello and welcome to episode 218 of Geek Girls, the Geek Girls podcast supported primarily by our patrons. You can find us at patreon.com/grills. I am Linda, and I'm joined by my co-host, Amber.
Hello.
And Ray. Hello. So today's topic, we're going to do a year in review. It's that time again to look at what's been going on and all that good stuff. So
be confused about what actually happened in 2021, and that
Yes.
wasn't 2020.
That too. So first we're going to do what we've been up to this week, and then we'll get into what we've been up to the whole year. So, who wants to go first?
Well, I'll go
Yeah.
first. I'm in the notes. First, sort of. So I made another pocket.
Yay!
It is a great. It's like my solstice pocket. It's got the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda
Aw.
Grogu. I
Cute.
loved this fabric. I was like, oh my god! And my outfit I'm wearing for solstice is, blue and stuff. I got it for our party for my anniversary. So I was like, but it doesn't have pants because it's leggings. So I was like, perfect opportunity to make a pocket. And while I was
Yes.
at it, matching mask.
Cute.
Because all my Christmas masks are missing, the ones from last year. So I've just been like wearing the Halloween ones because, every day's Halloween. I went to Burlesque this weekend past at Club Cabaret in Hickory. We never had been to one there before. They just kind of recently started doing it. It's normally a drag bar. And some friends of ours were in the show, so we went over there. And, oh my god, Hickory sucks. It's not that far away from us. It's only like 25 minutes away. So we're like, well, we want to hang out and drink. We'll be responsible. We'll just go get a room and lift. No lifts. No Ubers. Like, literally the app coming up and saying, you may not get a ride. Very low volume of drivers.
Wow.
And every cab company in Hickory is out of business. We called everyone we could find, and they were just disconnected numbers. The only way you can't do rideshare, you can't get a cab. Like, you can rent a limo in advance. Yeah, so wow, Hickory. It's got Hick in the name. So what else? Then Saturday night we went to Charlotte, and they had another digital noir, the Goth Industrial Night that DJ Spider does that we love so much, and we've missed the last one. So one of the best parts about that was she has a Twitch stream, and she's gonna be shutting it down, not doing as much anymore, I guess, in next year is the plan, because she wants that room back in her house. And
fair.
things are a little more normal as far as going out in the pandemic right now. But I watched, she had this random stream. It popped up on my notifications. It said, enforced merriment. DJ Spider is live. I'm like, ooh, what's going on? And Rob and I were having a night in because we thought we had been exposed to COVID. And we were not. But we were in painting ceramics, doing our little nerd date stuff, and I turned on her stream to listen to, and it was all like weird, wonderful covers of Christmas shit. Like, including like a Depeche Mode Jingle Bells Jingle instead of People Are People, like craziness. And
Nice.
she was giving away. She makes all these amazing homemade cookies, like Mrs. Claus was telling us last year. She's even taken some of DJ Spider's recipes, and I won cookies in the live stream. So I picked them up at Digital Noir, and that was great. And speaking of Mrs. Claus, she was kind enough to send me some digital content of. She showed us her Northern Lights in a Bottle Magic last show, and I told her later, I was like, I really love that, and I know that some of the kids that wrote in are going to be listening, but they may not get to see the video. And so she gave me a video. So anyone out there who only listens to the show, but you'd like to see that little Christmas magic that she created of the Northern Lights so that Santa can take it with him when he gets homesick on his journey, you can see that on our Patreon page, although there is no charge for it. You're perfectly welcome to become a patron while you're over there, but you can see that video there and only there. I posted that today. So that's cute. The nerditude I've been up to.
All right. Ray? I know
let's-
some of what you've been up to.
Yeah, technically it was the week before, but we went to the Gods event, the Gardens of Destiny, and there was a big gay wedding, so that was fantastic. Between two NPCs that I guess the whole town just kind of shipped together. A princess and a general, right?
It's an earl and a baroness.
Baroness? Okay.
Yeah.
The town shipped them as a whole and literally
Well, okay,
peace.
so I mean there was a whole thing of two warring houses and this marriage will unite the families and things are happening and bad guys are trying to keep it from happening and all the stuff and wedding time.
So this is how involved my character is with plot in game. I don't do plot. I just push buttons and make things go. Or snap traps. Or steal things. Yes.
No.
That's pretty
breakfast
much
and entertainment. It's not break. B&E stands for breakfast and entertainment.
That's right. But yeah, no, that was great. That was a one-day event and kind of a nice. I had missed the October game and the September game, so that was a nice get back into it again. So I had a blast, and it was cool to meet new people because we had new people that I haven't had the pleasure of meeting, but I've only seen on the Discord, so that was fun. We also did Winterfest, which was this past weekend, which was MomoCon, which is a big anime con down here, got canceled in May, so they decided to do Winterfest in December because it'll be better in December. Nothing will happen in December. Delta would have learned its course and gone away. So we did that, and it was actually lots of fun. They had you had to show you had your badge, but in addition to always having your badge, they give you a ribbon to show that you've shown proof of vaccination or negative COVID test, and you had to keep that on the entire weekend to go to any of the events or be let inside. You're not allowed to take that off. And I kind of feel like this was also a test run for them to make sure that if this is our new normal, that they can still do 2022, which
it was a test run for the bigger con, I think.
Yeah. And it was good. It definitely wasn't like a normal con. It was only 2 days, so it was only Saturday and Sunday. Usually it's it's a 3-day con, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
And the attendance didn't feel as busy. Just
there were definitely less people,
but it was great meeting the people that were there and talking to people. Like I said, you had to also wear your masks at all times, and even though sometimes they would slip or people would forget to pull them back up, most people were very, very good about that, which was fantastic.
I was very proud of most of them.
Yep. So that was fun. And then what else? Oh, caught up with Hawkeye, and then literally today just watched Spider-Man: No Way Home. Oh my God! Not gonna say it's fantastic. Like, to me, the Tom Holland movies just keep getting better and better, and that trend continues. It is fantastic. Go see it. And while at Winterfest, I did get some art done. Is actually an old painting that I had started
It's
of
so cute.
my hero character, just because I was doing a thing where I was drawing them in like comfy hoodies, and I just went over with my markers and colored her in, and since she is the rainy day hero, I'm gonna add rain droplets and puddles in the background. And I got my guarantee to tick off your parents if they are from a certain economic background bumper stickers that will be going on my car. I love the Eat the Rich Kirby. That is hands down my favorite. And as soon as I saw America Runs on Wage Slaves, I'm like, yes, that. I feel it still in my bones with every retail nightmare that comes back to me and food service nightmare. Yes.
Yeah.
It is a hard job, people. But yeah, that's me.
Oh, I forgot to show you guys something. So, my legal versary, my anniversary party is tomorrow because we got married in the solstice, but we got the legal paperwork done on an earlier date, and my husband commissioned this from a local artist as Jack and Sally Starry Night painting that I
love it.
It's
so
It's
cool.
been hanging right in my living room between my Sandman things. So
It's awesome.
It's awesome.
Well,
Right?
for me, did Winterfest again. It's very proud of the most people that I saw because they were being very good about their masks. Lots of really neat cosplays. I did pretty well. In fact, if I do that well for like the full con, you know, I'm gonna be pretty set. And I can never predict what will sell, but I think I have a good idea of what I should make. Things like cosplays I saw, things people were asking for. I actually took notes. So, market research, I guess. But while we were there, I did get a couple of things to treat myself. So, the first is this Kiki's Delivery Service print. It's done by this adorable art style with her cat Gigi and her cat's little black cat son or daughter. And then I also got there was another booth that was like 2 tables down from us, and this Eevee pillow was staring at me like the entire con. So I had to go. It's so soft. I had to go and get it. He is mine now. I would have him in my lap, but my cat has already claimed it, so he's just gonna sit over there. I've been getting the present buying done because I knew I was going to be really busy. We only have a couple more to get, one for my granddad and one for my husband's father. I literally called my grandfather and was like, "Can you give me gift ideas?" And he was like, "I don't really need anything." And I'm like, "That's not helpful." What are you into? What hobbies? I mean, I know you paint and you do tinker around the house. And he was like, "Well, anything I need, I can just go buy myself." And I'm like, "I'm aware, but I would like to get you a gift."
My parents do that. Like, they just don't want things because they're constantly downsizing, trying to get rid of what they already have. So what we do is just food. Like, I take them out, or when they used to be able to go out, like we would go to a movie that they were really excited about, or an experience basically instead of a tangible thing.
I thought about that, but I also thought I might go to the craft store and get him some more canvases Because, like I said, he's super into painting. So I figure can't go wrong with more canvases because he'll use them. I know I bought him some canvases a few years ago, but I bought him like the black canvases so he could like experiment with that.
Yeah, we just got some of those. I haven't used them yet.
So I don't know. I'm just gonna go around like the Joann's and the Target and be like, something speak to me.
What kind of painting does he do?
It's all over the place, but he'll like find a picture well, it used to be that he would find a picture that he likes and he would do a reproduction of it. But he's done a bunch of other things now.
I would suggest if you make a care package of craft supplies, get him some of that fabric medium that you can mix with acrylic. Rob and I had a really good time last year around this time where we made, I don't know if you remember, I made like a Bowie shirt and Rob made a Grogu with a Santa hat, like Christmas shirts. But we found that because we just put the shirt on a canvas on our easel and we were painting t-shirts and then you wash it and like, it might be a inexpensive way to add just a little ad for him to try something new with equipment he's already got.
Sure. I'll take a look at that. Like I said, I'm just gonna walk around the store and be like, whatever speaks to me. So I'll take a look. And then
That's great. Hold on. Yeah. It looks like you guys are... Ah!
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.
Yeah? Okay. Why would it do this? Let's go to Yeti. Yeti.
I'll take the yarn.
Okay.
There was yarn.
All right.
All right. Do I need to repeat something?
I guess it looked like you were going through to the stream anyway, but I can't tell for sure because I couldn't hear you.
Oh.
So
I'll just start at
going through now. So yes.
I'll restart at getting the 5 boxes of free yarn. That was the yes. So yeah, it's the lady I met at the winter market. She, through some convoluted means, got a bunch of yarn and then she didn't need it or didn't want it anymore. And she was like, I don't know if all of it's good yarn. And I was like, I'll take it. It's fine. I can cut it up and make it fluff for the insides of plushies if it's awful. And
there you go.
Yep.
Yeah, recycling. So I have to go through that. Lots of blue. It's a lot of blue yarn. But, I'll figure out something to do with it. And the one thing I didn't put on the notes, the last crochet thing I have done before I'm going to rest for a little bit is I finished this gnome for my aunt because she requested it. In fact, she was like, I would like this. And I said, okay, I can make that for you for Christmas or something. She was like, no, and like threw $25 at me. Because she was like, I'm going to pay for it. And I was like, okay, I love you too.
So cute.
So this little one is going to my aunt, and she will get it on Christmas when I see her. So that is basically my week in review.
Cool.
So now we're going to be talking about our year. Basically kind of what we've been up to try and get back into what you might consider semi-normal, I guess, because the first kind of quarter to third of the year was still very much kind of lockdown-y. So, just kind of what we've been doing, and then we'll get into kind of our favorite shows that we've done. Ones that made us laugh, ones that were very poignant, that we remember. So
And all the
I
weird
think,
like things are released differently now. How
yeah,
is that gonna
Yep.
keep changing? That's been kind of getting on my nerves lately.
yeah. So I definitely spent most of this year crafting. I think that's pretty apparent if you look at all of the like show notes where it's been, what have you been up to? Yarn.
It looks great on our website though, like us being so crafty this year, all of us are, instead of just it being our logo every time our show comes up, we've got Ray doing paintings and your little crafty yarny things and like featured images.
I mean, I'm real happy with it because this is the year that I got into going to the Smyrna market, and that's been, I mean, very lucrative, but also it's been very inspiring because I've been thinking of all these different things to, create and take with me. And I actually kind of have a business plan for next year, which is a really weird thing for me to say, but I have thoughts and opinions and spreadsheets.
Wow.
Wow.
Plans.
That is
Plans.
impressive. I'm allergic to spreadsheets.
Oh.
I swear. I don't know. Yeah, it wasn't as hyper crafty for me as 2021 was, where where it was such a hard lockdown. But we did all the gardening and everything.
Yeah.
But it was still stay home often enough that I tried some new stuff, like the ceramic stuff, and this obviously getting into the smoking like crazy, buying the smoker and doing all that kind of thing at home and trying
Smoking
to locally
meat.
source it. Yes.
Smoking meats, not smoking other things.
And vegetables.
And
I smoked some
vegetables.
eggplant. That was awesome. I wish I had spent some more time, and maybe I will this coming year, because I don't think we're totally opening up, anytime soon with the new variants popping in. I mean, I had an exposure, had to isolate recently. I know people, our friend Reverend Barney has COVID right now.
Oh.
Like, more and more vaccinated people I know are getting it. So, even though the normalization of my middle son went back to work and my youngest son is actually attending school in person, has been like a shift in my days back to not everybody at home all the time.
Yeah.
It's been interesting transition. Like, it's fine. It's easier to read now. Now that everybody's at home all the time with mom. Because no matter how old they get, if they're in your fucking house, it's mom. Like, I read our book club's book fully every time, and I recently read this whole series almost. Like, I caught up with my husband, and all of our friends were reading this series, and I caught up to him and can read the next one now within like a week. I can't believe. And I started our next book club one. For those of you out there, Dracula's our next book. So
Yeah, it's spooky.
I'm thinking about doing an audiobook. Audiobooks are not generally my thing. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
But
I like this audiobook version that I found for it on YouTube, actually. So I just have it playing sometimes in the background when I remember. I'm about halfway through the book with it.
Well, being that it's public domain, I got it from Amazon,
Mhm.
and it does have an audio version. So I'm gonna give that a try because the language is so odd. But anyway, we could talk about that at book
Yeah.
club.
It's
But I was
It's
gonna
archaic.
say I wish I spent more time leveling my sewing. I mean, like the pockets are a new thing I made this year, but I don't feel like it was a huge level up, except it was a small one because I've never used bias tape before. And then Linda's introducing me this year to, what's her name? The historical.
Bernadette.
Yes, to Bernadette. I've been watching her videos like I used to watch Bob Ross, just to sit and relax.
She's so delightful.
And she is delightful. And watching her work makes me. It's inspiring me and it's urging me toward, I can make clothes. I know I can do this. I'm still scared of using patterns. But watching all her little tricks and her struggles, even though she's so amazing at what she does, is kind of edging me again closer to wanting to get to garment level in my sewist hobby.
Yeah, I recommend doing some sort of sleeveless dress first.
Well, sleeves was my downfall before.
Yeah.
I made
sleeves are confusing.
A skirt.
I don't like them.
And that was wrong. I should have done a circle skirt and said I did this elastic waist, but basically I made a really, 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 really long panel, two-sided because it's reversible, and then I just made the top like a really, really long tube and then pulled the elastic through to make it waist size. So it's a very voluminous skirt, but it doesn't lay great or anything because it should have been a circle skirt, but I was intimidated. But I tried to make my husband a shirt, and I used one of his shirts to make a pattern, and and then when I got to like the cutting to make sleeves, and I'm like, how do you attach this in a sort of circle? Like what? And I just
it's just, man, sleeves are so weird because it's like you pin it together. Hold on, I have to think about it. You pin it together inside out with the sleeve inside out, but it's inside the thing, inside out, and then you have to sew around and then you pull it out so that they're both with the seam up and inside out, and then you can fold it outside. I'm just like, I hate sleeves.
Yeah, I'm like intimidated by sleeves. I'm still intimidated by zippers. I've only done those a couple times.
Oh, zippers are easy if you have the zipper foot for your machine.
I do, but I don't really understand how to use it. So that's where more YouTube's going to come in.
Yeah.
But at least the shirt I was going to make for my husband was like a bowling style shirt. And because I got him all those cool ones with Zelda and zombie pinups and stuff that I get at a local Comic-Con. But that TARDIS fabric I was going to make him a shirt. And it's been a couple years now and I never got it done. I retreated from the project. But my Tadpole Santa this year got that awesome messenger bag, which was a little more skill leveling because it's got garroting for the bottom and sides of the bag, which I had also never done, and that made me feel better about like, this is kind of how sleeves work. I get that now. But I used all the blue fabric and most of the TARDIS fabric that was going to be the shirt on the messenger bag.
Fine. Can always buy more fabric, right?
Yeah, but if I can find... Yeah, I'm sure I'll find something. There's always more damn fabric.
Yeah. What about you, Ray?
I was actually like just kind of looking through stuff.
I know you've been doing more painting this year.
I've been trying to do more like consistent. Like I was trying to do an icon for Geek Girls and try and do at least a thing or two a week. I have a goal of at least like once a week on Instagram. I'm not consistent enough for once a day because real life sometimes just won't let you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was actually just like looking at my phone real fast, like what have I done? And like a lot of costumes. I actually worked on more costumes this year because I did that punk Sailor Moon one, but I didn't wear it anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I did the Monster Prom, the giant tendril thing, which I also didn't wear because I thought about it for Winterfest. I'm like, it's 7 a.m. It's going to take me 2 hours to do body paint, even though it's just my face because I suck at it and I'm not that good. No, I'm not doing any body paint ones.
Also, it's now cold. Winterfest was like 60s, high 60s. I was like, if it was colder outside, people would be buying these hats.
Yeah, it was so hot on Saturday. I literally kept taking off my Crowley jacket. I was just like,
We still got recognized though. That was cool.
Yay!
I did make a mask. I was very proud. And by make a mask, I mean I took liquid stitch and took this thin little fabric that's so see-through and folded it up and put it on top of a prior mask that I was giving as a gift, and then didn't think it through and realized I would be huffing glue all weekend if I didn't put a second. It said non-toxic. It said it would dry in 24 hours, but I guess like I had it under the cat tree so it would press, and maybe it didn't get a time to fully air out. Like I had to do the double mask with the canine underneath it just for sanity's sake. Which is fine because it's really, you can look at it, it's not really a very good like sealed mask anyway. I call them fashion masks when that happens. It's like I want a seal. I want something with the nose bridge, and if it's something like this, I want a pocket on the inside so I can change out my filters.
Yeah, we were super like neurotic about that at the con. Like I brought both alcohol wipes and like a spray hand sanitizer. So every time someone handed me cash, I sprayed my hands with hand sanitizer, and every time someone swiped my phone, I sanitized my phone.
That's been a thing this year. It's become a habit. Now that we can go back out, I got these antibacterial wipes with lavender in them at Aldi, I got a couple boxes of them and they were really cheap, but I've got them in like every purse, every pocket. I was really glad we went to Digital Noir, not just for, disinfecting, but for it's like a punk rock dive, the oldest music venue in Charlotte, and the table was like, we got there early and the table was sticky from God knows when. Like I just cleaned the whole table.
1980.
Yeah.
Right? Like the wife came away just black.
Yeah, definitely a lot more sanitary. Like because the only other, I think this was like my big. This is definitely my first con of the year because I didn't do MomoCon was canceled. I didn't do Dragon Con.
Yeah, neither of us did Dragon Con. So
and the only other event we did was Candytopia, which was like a little pop-up thing, and that was more of like an Instagram kind of take pictures, look at me, I'm doing a cool thing.
Yeah,
it was
you
neat.
guys talking about this trial smaller con reminds me that I heard somebody who DJ Spider was talking to that I didn't know came over, and they had both been at Dragon Con this year, and they were talking about how much they loved it for the lower attendance, that they would be willing to pay extra to have a cap on attendance, and along with the moving around and feeling safer and sanitization procedures, having more confidence in them, that they hadn't thought of right away was handicap access.
Yeah,
because that's
people
always
in chairs and stuff could actually get around at Dragon Con.
Yeah, because that is notoriously bad and hard because everybody is trying to get on an elevator, everybody is trying to move, and you don't always think about the person in the chair who's like, I've been here for 20 minutes, let me on.
Yeah,
and it's understandable, they've been waiting for 20 minutes and people keep walking by them.
But I mean, COVID's not going anywhere. I mean, it's going to be, we're, as nerds, I think, desensitized way too much to just con crud. So we think about it, sometimes like, all right, I got to avoid the crud. And maybe we're better equipped now to avoid con crud.
Maybe.
I mean,
because
I always get my flu shot to avoid, and it helps to avoid con crud. This Gods event, this last one, they were encouraging everybody to get their flu shot and their COVID booster. to help keep
Yeah, I
everybody
think
safe.
like they're actually going to implement because Gods is a you have to be vaccinated um, game. You have to show proof of vaccination, and they actually are also saying that they're going to require the booster shot if you want to come and play, and I'm 100% okay with that.
Yep.
So
And they were given basically feathers, which are like little bennies that you can use for your character if you had the flu shot. It could show like, hey, I had got the flu shot, just as encouragement for people to get vaccinated, stay up to date.
mhm.
And it's also really hard to fall off of, especially as an adult, because you stop thinking about it. You're like, oh, vaccines are for kids. It's like, no, wait, you still need vaccines.
Yeah.
Like, you still like it's
Yeah,
not
I
just when
just
you step on a nail that you need that tetanus booster. I
yeah, no,
think it's like
I
every 10 to
just
15 years you need a tetanus booster,
yeah.
guys.
Well, I just went to a new GP and they looked me up to see if I'd actually ever gotten a tetanus shot. I have not, and I didn't know that. Like
Wow.
that's not something that I knew, and I was like, well then, so I have to schedule that.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. And
Yeah,
that's something people don't realize. It's not even just, the whole rusty nail situation, but you can get that from gardening. Like, it's just
yeah.
in the dirt.
Hmm.
And that's a
So I
nasty. Nobody wants that lockjaw. Nobody.
Yeah.
nobody wants it. So yeah, that's like the next time I go for um another appointment that I've got coming up. I'm just gonna be like, all right, that appointment's done with. Now stick me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually you can let them know in advance, and some of them, if they're like connected to a hospital or something, will have easier access to it.
Well, they
Um,
offered it the day that I was there. I just couldn't get it because I was about to go to, I think it was the winter market, and I was like, I'm gonna be sore and achy and not having a good time if I get it right now.
mhm.
So I will I will get it, but I have
Yeah.
to wait till the next one.
I can't remember what I needed. I do need to get one of my adult vaccines updated, but the day I went to my doctor to talk to him about it was the day I was getting my first or second COVID shot. He's like, I'm not going to stick you if you're already getting your COVID shot today, but when you come back, you're getting stuck. I'm like, okay.
Well, I think it was just this year I finally got my shingles vaccination.
Do not want.
Do
Yeah.
not
We
want
we
shingles.
As
no, it's terrible.
as somebody who knows someone who got shingles.
It was
My younger
awful.
sister had it years ago. And yeah, nobody wants that either. But health insurance companies are finally getting a little better about at least covering it. They used to not cover it until you get older, which is stupid. I mean, if you had chickenpox, you can get shingles. You should just be able to get the vaccine. But no, you have to be a certain age. They lowered the age. And then it kind of worked out because I was really nervous about getting shingles before I got the vaccine. But then a new vaccine came out that's apparently way, way more effective against it that my doctor recommended. But of course, nobody had in stock for like another year. So it took me longer to get it. But yes, I have not had shingles, but I've had the 2 shots that this new vaccine is. It's such a relief. I don't understand people who avoid vaccinations. Like, I am way more scared of these diseases.
Yeah, like
Yes, I would rather deal with I'd rather deal with a day of being achy and uncomfortable than that.
And I didn't have any side effects from the shingles vaccine, even with my autoimmune.
Hmm.
Hey,
is it Tdap? I wonder if it
Hmm?
was Tdap. Now I'm trying to
Tdap's
remember.
tetanus, diphtheria, pertussis.
Diphtheria. Yeah.
It's a
I'm
whooping
trying to remember.
cough. That's pertussis,
Mhm.
right? So like whooping cough,
Yes.
diphtheria, and tetanus are
Yeah.
all a combo shot.
Yeah. I have
Well,
a few more years before I need the shingles.
I need to figure out like what I got because I know I was vaccinated. Like my mom took me to get vaccinated, but they just couldn't find record of the tetanus shot.
Yeah.
So I I need to like I don't know if maybe they were looking under my married name instead of my maiden name, but that should be connected because
You legally got it
I
changed.
legally changed my name.
When you go around around the age you start college, and you have to get that MMR booster, I think they stop giving, or some providers stop giving the combined DTaP then, and they do them separately, and that's how you end up with the tetanus gaps.
Yeah.
Probably.
Because it's, the last time I got a shot was, I was when I was, because I'm between you two in the age groups. When I was 18, they kicked you off your parents' insurance unless you're immediately enrolling into college. So the last thing I got was when I was 18 and thinking that I was going to go into the medical field, and that was the hepatitis B, which wasn't required. It was just, if you're going to go into medical, you should probably get the hepatitis B vaccine.
Yeah.
And that was the last thing. I was supposed to have gotten my wisdom teeth too, but it wasn't. I should have gotten my wisdom teeth done when I was 18.
So what else do we love and hate this year? Loving
yes.
Disney Plus. I am looking back at old episodes, like we talked about it as like the experiment.
I like Disney Plus asterisks. I hate that you have to spend $30 for the premium.
Yeah, that's still something that I really can be. It's aggravating as hell, and I'm not clear on how they're making those decisions. Which ones?
Yeah. Like, I mean, I'm waiting until the 24th for when Encanto starts streaming, because it came out on Thanksgiving, and I was just like, well, it's going to be streaming on Disney Plus for free on the 24th of December, so I will just watch it then.
Yeah, we waited for 10 Rings.
Yeah, I did. I have been better.
We waited for everything. I haven't paid the premium for anything. If I'm going to pay that much for it, I will go to the theater.
Yeah. I have been better about TV. Like, I've actually been binging series that I never watched when it was on TV when we had it. So, like, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I'm almost caught up. I started it, and I'm like, I promised some friends that, like, I would start One Piece once I'm done with that. So that's another long haul commitment.
Yeah.
Right there. But
yeah, that's a lot. Wow.
It was one of the last things I talked with Ellie about, and I'm like, well, now I definitely have to do it. So
Although I watched the first episode of Witcher, by the way, before the show.
yes.
So that's gonna be me every night until it's over.
Fun.
Until
Yeah,
I'm
but
out of
definitely able to watch a lot more TV and movies. I still have my classic movie list that I will go back to when I'm less distracted by comedies that I desperately need.
Yeah.
Trying to start The Handmaid's Tale in 2020 was a huge mistake.
Yeah.
No, that was a bad idea on
I
my
never
part.
got around to that. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I might, but it would be by myself, and because I don't think Rob's interested in watching it, and we usually have something we're watching every night. And we've been running out of shows more this year, I think, than I ever in our life have, like, run out of shows. And then we're like, now what? Looking for things. Week is one. Now we're watching Big Mouth.
I love Big Mouth. I really, really do, honestly.
I feel like it's
not everyone's take.
declining. We're in the second season, and I feel like it's starting to wear kind of thin. Like, it's getting less clever and more just shock value. So I'm hoping it smooths out and gets better again.
Did you just start season 2?
We're a ways in. They were just at camp and going back to school for 8th grade.
Okay. Because it definitely does have its ups and downs, but overall, I find myself laughing far more often. It makes me think back to my own horrible time of life, of middle school. So, and there's There's a Florida episode, I think in season 3 or 4, that just like slays me, because my summers were Central Florida until I was like 13 and finally said, no, you can't just ship me off to Florida to get rid of me for 3 months.
No, thank you.
I heard there's
Stop
a
it, there's
Christmas
nothing to
episode
do.
in this season that's hilarious. So I'll at least watch up until that.
Okay.
So what else this year? Oh yeah, no more Blizzard stuff for me.
Yeah, the whole Blizzard thing.
I don't think it's gonna correct itself. But there is no sign of it fucking correcting itself.
Yeah, the woman that they hired has quit, I think.
They were paying her less right off the bat.
Yep.
And Bobby
this
Kotick,
is not helping.
more and more nightmares just keep coming out about him. And he owns a major share, and they can't get rid of him. And yeah, done. Nope. Yep. That's okay. I can look for other games.
NFT insanity.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to try and get in on that NFT. Totally.
Waiting is. I'm still keen on NFTs. Sorry, I know digital artists who are finding ways to finally make money from their digital art with it. So when everybody calms down and stops misusing it as some kind of pyramid bullshit, then this can be a legitimate, thing. It's another use of blockchain.
Yeah, but I was just like, because it's still so scammy right now, it's just...
Yeah, I heard, I think it was Illuminati, the YouTuber. She was like, it seems as though Bitcoin and NFTs are for the male side of things, whereas MLMs are for the female side of things. I was like,
oh,
you're
geez.
not wrong. So there are Bitcoin scammers that like go after guys, like MLM women go after other women. So
I don't know. I've seen K-Pike Fashion is a Twitch streamer that I like a lot that does body art and painting and makes prints sometimes, and she's using NFTs in a very effective way to supplement her income for her fans, be able to get her art with a lower cost, overhead than you print a bunch of stuff and then you have to go to shows and you have to sell it to people, you have to do shipping, and they can still, have this stuff that she created. So, and it's art on her body, so it's not going to be like unlimited amount of time forever. I don't know. I think it'll work out the same way. I think
I think it can work. I just think it needs more eyes on it is not the right word. It needs to be a little bit
structured,
more structured than it is right now. Right now it's kind of the Wild West.
Yeah. It's got a lot of pitfalls, things that are simpler, like cryptocurrency is a lot simpler. It's a use of that technology that can pan out and benefit people in a more economically fair way than NFTs are so far.
Also, there needs to be a more energy efficient way to mine.
Well, that exists. It's just it's trending more and more toward people using it. As a matter of fact, 2 weeks ago, my husband attended a virtual conference for Microsoft Technologies, and it was a carbon negative event, including like this little device he got to solve my lighting issue, and the swag was completely recycled products, and they use things like crypto, and they did it in a way that was carbon negative. And because these are traced and we're seeing this, like how the blockchains are being supported, we can at least look at, and you can make those choices in ethical currencies that are carbon negative or carbon neutral. Where did you ever think about, any of us, I never went to Bank of America and asked, is their energy green? and how many, I use ATMs all over the country, and printing, exchanging money, and all those transactions we make, and I don't ask everywhere I go and swipe my card if their energy is green. But this is traceable, and so that gets all this attention. And that attention means that we can actually promote it being green.
Good.
Because knowledge is power.
Yes. Let's see. Ooh, we should talk at least what we've looked at on the show. What movies came out this year that we liked or hated, I guess. Because I think our very first show in 2021 was us just ragging on Wonder Woman 84.
So bad.
Yes,
and I was so angry because, I'm a Gen Xer, man. That made me so mad.
Let's see. So Wonder Woman, there's The Conjuring, which we had our lovely guest on.
There was Ghibli films. We had
Ghibli. There was there a Ghibli film this year?
What was your first Ghibli?
Yeah,
we talked general.
We talked about general. Let's see. Black
and that's
Widow came
another
out.
cool thing with the Disney Plus is having a whole Ghibli channel.
Yeah.
Yes. Definitely.
Black Widow came out, which I will forever remember Black Widow as seeing the credits rolled. We saw the final scene, the after credits scene. I turned to Ray, and Ray looks at me and says, "Twilight Sparkle was not in that generation of pony." And I was like, "What?"
She wasn't Generation 2 or 1. Just Generation 4.
So that's what I take away from Black Widow.
I was very upset about Twilight Sparkle.
Yes.
The Olympics happened, finally.
The Olympics happened, yeah.
I know almost none of the Olympics.
I mean, I knew they were happening, and then we were talking about the chicanery that was going on during the Olympics.
Yeah.
The weird, wacky crap.
Yeah. Recently, the Dune came out.
Yep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really glad that happened. Holy cow. I'm annoyed they took it off. I wanted to watch it again.
Yeah.
Oh, but hey, you'll be happy to know that the little sandworms that I made with the Santa hats, one sold.
Yep.
Oh.
Somebody wanted a Santa worm.
Oh. Jeez.
Somebody else was very upset they hadn't seen it earlier in the day.
Yeah, it was really,
Why?
really, really funny though, because it's a sandworm, right? So it's the color of sand. But you start the pattern from the back and work forward. So about halfway through, it was a real unfortunate color and shape. And I was working on it at work, and my coworkers were like, what are you making?
Turds?
I was
very
like,
interesting. Is it a cozy for a phallic object?
I was like, it's a sandworm. I promise it's a sandworm. I'm gonna put the little mouth on it in a second. Just leave me alone.
Oh man.
Oh, it was so funny.
We had some good guests this year too.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
I will always I didn't get to do this one, but I always like JF Dubois. He's fun.
He is. And he's just interesting and he's fun to hang out with. I'm friends with him on Facebook, and he always has amazing input on whatever it is. We don't always agree, but nothing like a gifted writer to tear people apart when they need it.
That's fair. It's fair. So any final thoughts on this year's wrap up before we go on to what we're anticipating and thinking about for the new year?
I'm really glad we made it through yet another year of this show.
Yeah.
You girls are awesome. And this is the year we met in person.
We did!
Yeah, we did.
Awesome.
We got to be super nerdy at Ren Fair.
Yep.
And make awesome leather cuffs.
The most appropriate way for the Geek Girls to have a physical meetup.
Yes. And, maybe this coming year we can meet up for a games day or something.
Yeah.
Just have a whole day where we play games, whether that be online or board games, but in person. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should play Heave Ho because I think that would just be full of cursing.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't know what Heave Ho is, look it up. It's really hilarious. So, if anybody else wants to chime in with what they've gotten up to this year or what they did to try and get back to some form of normal, you can always email us at geekgrills@gmail.com or you can tweet us at geekgrills. So, what are you most anticipating? This is our last show of the year, by the way. We're gonna take a break for holidays, and we'll be back second week of January.
Yeah.
With
I just heard 2022.
we'll be back in 2022. Yeah. So,
Although, unless, and this will go in
Unless.
with what I'm looking forward to, on New Year's, we may be involved in charity stream. Now, the other girls haven't committed to it, because it's at a really ridiculous time spot. Because the Jen signed up for it and then asked if I would come on with her and help out, and I was like, yeah, sure. So that may show up. I'll do it on the Geek Girls channel because 9 to 12 my channel's been inactive for a while, and I don't think I can play any games on it. I don't know. So there may be a stream coming through this channel at about 4:30 in the morning on New Year's Day. Whee! You guys are welcome to join me if that happens. I'll keep you posted.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me know, because I'm not even sure what's going on for New Year's Eve/day. I have New Year's Eve off work, at least, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't really generally do much, so I figure, why the hell not?
We can nap for a while and get up.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to my anniversary party tomorrow at the brewery. Yay! Although, I think I have to go rent or buy a bunch of champagne flutes because people have been stealing and breaking theirs so much that I was in there on Sunday to get a mimosa and drop off some bacon, and they had 8. I'm like, what is going on? People they've got their logo on them. People have just been leaving with them like assholes. And they're so easy to break. So I was like, I rented this place and we can't do a toast for my anniversary because you don't have enough champagne flutes. What is going on? So what else? And of course, looking forward to Christmas.
Yay. Jingle bells and all that.
I still stay up late and wait for the kids to go to bed to put shit in their stockings, even though they're 18 and 20.
Fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. What about you, Ray?
I'm definitely looking forward to our Friendsmas. Which is just I think we're doing it on
23rd.
23rd. Yeah, the day before Christmas Eve this year. We usually do a little potluck get together and a white elephant exchange and have Christmas movies on in the background. It's just a nice, fun little bonding. I'm super excited that one of my friends is doing Boxing Day, and that we have plans to visit them, and I'm super excited about that because they didn't do it last year because lockdown.
Yeah.
And then I'm just excited for the new year and hopefully getting more done and want to do more art, and maybe I'll actually have prints to sell at your table. I don't know.
At the next MomoCon. Yeah. I have to keep the finances separate.
Yes, definitely. I don't think it'll be fine.
We'll figure it out.
Based on what happened when I did it the one AWA, I don't anticipate much of an issue. I made table money and that was it, and I'm like, that was fine. What about you, Linda?
I'm also going to Friendsmas. I have the white elephant gift. I think I have found the best white elephant gift, but that's just my biased opinion. So I'm excited to see who gets it because maybe it will be a thing. I'm excited for Christmas. It's a little, I don't want to say our Christmas is going to be sad, but this is my gran has passed, so we're not going to obviously have her this Christmas. So I'm just hoping that we can be there and supportive for my granddad, because I know he's been having a hard time. Because I can tell he's been having a hard time because when I called him, he was talking all about this paperwork that he's been having to do. And usually his big thing is that he will be in our emails being like, give me a list. I need a list of the things you want. Give me a list. And he didn't ask this year. So either, it's not something he could handle this year, or we're all getting gift cards, and that's perfectly fine. It's just whatever he needs to do. So hopefully we'll be able to kind of, bolster his spirits a little bit and have a nice kind of remembrance for her. And then I'm actually taking some time off from crocheting for a little bit. I get to reorganize my craft room again because it's still a wreck from the basement flood. So we're gonna move all of move all the stuff out of that side of the room. Vacuum / wash the carpet because the cats aren't allowed in the basement anymore. At least for now, they're not allowed down there. So we're gonna shampoo and wash the carpet, and then I get to rearrange things. So that'll be nice. And then the new year, I've got some plans for getting healthier. I think I'm going to try intermittent fasting because I think it's something I can do. I'm going to be grumpy about it for a few weeks, but I think it's something I can do. And my husband and I are actually probably going to sign up for dance classes together for getting
how nice.
So we're gonna get our exercise together and be able to encourage each other. So we gotta find a place. So that's a possibility on the horizon.
That sounds awesome.
Mm.
So is that it?
I think that's that.
Hey. Well, remember, folks, you can always come watch us record live at twitch.tv/geekgrills on most Monday evenings. Our next one will not be, as we mentioned, until the second Monday in January.
And in addition to the subs and bits that we get on Twitch, we are supported by our amazing patrons. You're the greatest girlfriends on the internet. You can become a patron at www.patreon.com/grills. And if you have Amazon Prime... Oh, wait. What?
I did want to mention a special thank you while you're doing this, and I forgot to mention you before the show, to specifically thank all of our patrons.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you very, very, very much.
Yes, thank you.
And if you have Amazon Prime, you can sub to us for free every month on Twitch. just a little extra bonus.
A little extra. And another way to show your support is by leaving us a review. You can do so on any of your podcast catchers. You can check out what topics we're going to do in the next month on our schedule below on our Twitch page. If you're a patron, you can always suggest a topic for us. We'd love to hear your ideas. So where can we find you on the interwebs?
Well, I can be found at 9of12, that's NINEOF12, on Twitter and Twitch. And you can hear me on the Heresy and Hearsay podcast.
You can find me on Instagram under Dapple Dame and on Twitch as Ray Ino.
You can find me on Twitch and Instagram under the name madcap_misc. It's MISC. You can check out my store at madcapm.com. Thanks for listening, everyone, and have a good new year. Good game.
GG.
GG.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.
All the diamonds.
All the diamonds.
That was so weird that, partway through the audio started. The only thing was I couldn't hear. And then that I switched everything in Discord to go through just my mic instead of loopback, and that made it so that everything worked again, including you guys still being able to hear the stream deck, apparently. Which doesn't make any sense. Although once in a while when we were talking, I couldn't hear you guys again. Just for 10 seconds or so, I couldn't hear.
I did notice that while you were talking, sometimes it sounded like it was coming from your microphone, and sometimes the audio would switch and you sounded like closer, and then it would switch back after a few seconds. I have no idea what that means.
And when I couldn't hear, it was what happening. I mean, it looks like everything went through to OBS.
Technical issues are our love language.
Well, I wonder if it's my camera trying to like butt in.
Pick it up. Yeah.
But it wouldn't. Discord wouldn't pick it up. You guys wouldn't be able to hear it. I don't know. Anyway, let's go ahead and raid somebody before I offline. Oh, well, that's weird. Oh, Joss is on.
We're gonna raid now, everybody. Bye.
Raid.
There was a problem starting the raid. Please start again in a minute. Why? No, we can't. Apparently, can't raid. I'll just stop the stream.
There's 3.
Because Twitch is broken.
Oh.